Film fans of YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, Movie Apprentice, and today I am looking at Sting, directed by Roach-Turner, and starring Alyla Browne, Ryan Corr, and Jermaine Fowler. This follows Charlotte, a young girl who adopts a tiny spider that she raises in secret, but as the spider begins to get bigger and the body count starts climbing, she has to face the fact that she has in fact been raising a giant monster. Before I get into my review, if you like seeing our channel, click the like button and subscribe for more video reviews that's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's jump right into this. So it's funny actually, considering how many people have arachnophobia and how spiders are a common thing that people fear. It's weird to think that this century we haven't actually had any big budget spider movies. And yes, this is an independent movie as well, but it does feel strange that we never really have giant spider monster movies. That rarely ever happens. The closest we've come to a giant spider monster is Shelob in Lord of the Rings, and the closest we've had to an outright spider horror movie is the iconic Eight-Legged Freaks, which is just a glorious B movie. So Sting is a welcome introduction to spider horror. Unfortunately, Sting does not know what tone to pick. It cannot decide if it wants to be an Eight-Legged Freak style B-movie comedy or if it wants to be genuinely terrifying. There are moments where the kills and the build-ups are really well executed, but there are also moments where it leans way too much into overacting and big funny jokes. There was literally a whole character where her whole deal is she has dementia, can't remember her own daughter's name, which at times is played like it's a big emotional part of the daughter's character, but on other scenes it's played for jokes and laughs, and it never seems to be able to find the right balance and tone. The film fails to pick a lane. There is a whole family drama within this where Ryan Corr plays the boyfriend of Charlotte's mum, and they have this bond of trying to bond together while Charlotte is unaware of what's actually happening with her real dad. There is drama in there, and it comes out of nowhere how it goes from 0 to 100 in terms of escalation, and the inciting incident for it feels very unearned and makes the whole scene feel very mean spirited. It just can't seem to figure out what it wants to be. As for Sting the Spider themselves, I say that the design of this spider and just how it looked on screen, how it was mostly shown out of focus, and when we did get the full spider, it really heavily relied on shadows to really help the design feel natural to the scene. I thought it looked really good. It was a very slimy creature, very creature feature-esque. It's very rare that we seem to get creature feature horror movies these days, so it was nice to see that change of place. However, the comparisons you can make to Ridley Scott's Alien and James Cameron's Aliens is right there to see to anyone that has even glanced at that movie. I am talking about the sliminess, the way it is shot, the shadows and the flickering lights to show the creature coming out. There is literally a parallel scene of the iconic Alien 3 scene with the alien going up to Ripley, who is looking at the camera sideways, terrified. They do the exact same shot in this one, and even the way it plays out through the fact that the creature moves through the air ducts and the vents to get around the building, to the fact that Charlotte has a whole Aliens Ripley bit where she has to gear up and go after to recover her family from this creature that for some reason at this point has decided not to kill them outright. The whole pitch meeting for it is, what if we take the first three Alien movies, smash them together, make the creature a spider, and set it in a small apartment building? That is the whole plot of this movie, and it is unfortunately a bit of a deterrent to it because Sting fails to stand on its own 2 feet. It tries too hard to stand on the shoulders of prior movies. I am talking the Alien franchise. There is a direct Terminator reference in this. They even quote Predator. It very much leans on creature features from its line delivery to how it is shot to the way it plays out. It fails to form its own identity, which is a shame because, like I've said, apart from those crappy direct-to-video B movies you would get and Eight-Legged Freaks, which embrace the campy side of things, we have never really had an outright spider horror movie. I reckon there probably was one many decades ago where creature features were the norm. So I can imagine that is probably where we've seen spider horror movies before. But in terms of modern day, we don't see spiders in horror all too often. Definitely not as our main antagonist. Even the spider in this is an alien spider. And I'm not even saying that to be a spoiler. The film literally opens with a meteorite going into a building, and the spider comes out of this little meteorite that's fallen into this apartment building. So it's not even a big spoiler. It's very much a spider from space that is going to grow exponentially fast. As for the performances, it's hit and miss because it feels like each actor was given a different script and was told they were in a different movie. Ryan Corr very much tries to nail the emotional side of things, as with Alyla Browne. They both have some very intimate moments that feel very deep. But there are also moments where they are both a little bit over the top. There are moments and themes of just family and trying to find your way into a new family and being accepted by the child in that family. But then you get other actors like Jermaine Fowler who come in really hamming it up, really camping it up. So it never feels in sync with the actors. There are moments where it will be emotional and very real, and there will be other moments where it's over the top and campy. It can never pick the lane it wants to stay down. And as a result, Sting feels very convoluted and very jarring. The spider design is good, but everything around it, it just feels very underwhelming and very unfocused. Before I get into my grade, if you like what you're seeing on the channel, click the like button and subscribe for more video reviews that's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's grade this. So Sting rides on the shoulders of creature features that have come before it. I will say that the design of the spider is good, and some of the kills are really gruesome, and those were very well executed. The way it plays with slime in old school fashion works to the film's benefit, and some of the emotional moments, I admit, do work, but the fact it can never quite pick its tone, whether it wants to be this serious horror movie creature feature that's supposed to creep you out, or if it wants to go down the campy, let's see this spider kill a bunch of people vibe, it fails to pick its side, as though it leads to the film being very convoluted, very jarring. And the fact that you could literally see the blueprint of the Alien movies in there, it really drags the film down for me, because they had the opportunity in this to give Sting its own identity, tell a unique story, and instead, the way it borrows heavily from previous creature feature movies detracts this film in a big way. I'm going to have to say that Sting, for me, is a lukewarm cup of tea. So Sting, have you seen it? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I know it's been out in the States for quite some time. It comes out in the UK on Friday, so if you want a fun time at the movies creature feature, then go watch, because I do admit I had fun with this movie, but it was just very jarring for me. Coming up on the channel, the only thing I can guarantee that's coming out is at the end of next month, I will be having a video essay coming out for the anniversary of a particular movie that I cannot wait for you all to see, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. But until next time, I am Josh, I have been your Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.